we all know these home workouts will do half of what they could do if you're not eating right. So I'm here to help you to make sure that you don't put on that 14 under this quarantine, okay? So I'm gonna give you some tips, and there's a lot of stress eating going on right now, myself included. I had a lot of really big events coming up, and they got canceled, but those are selfish things, and I know there's a greater good, but I just know that we'll get through. I got faith. So basically, first tip, if you are not tracking your food on MyFitnessPal, nor have never done that, that's the first step. You need to be tracking at least 30 days. I say make it a goal and just try to go till all the non-essential businesses can open up again. That would be a great goal. Now, I do have these select few people that start and they literally do it for 3/4 of a day, and they think that all of a sudden gives them this enlightenment and they pull all the gems and tools out of doing not even a full day. That's not accurate, okay? You need to do it for at least a month. It's gonna teach you stuff like, the way I explain, it gives you the knowledge, okay, to sit down at a restaurant when we're all able to actually go to restaurants again. And basically you'll see 2 menu items and you would like to get each of them equally, but through tracking, you know which one is gonna have a lot better macros to follow what you need to do to get the gains. So you pick one and you don't have to sacrifice a bunch of happiness. So literally the diet type stuff, it's about learning just a dozen or 2 dozen things that you can apply every day so you don't have to sacrifice happiness. There are some sacrifices, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't all have to suck, okay? So 2 big commonalities that I see with people when I start tracking food with people, and granted, I have helped over 1,000 people do this in the past 7 years, okay? The 2 biggest things, and I just asked my trainer, Cade, he agrees, they don't eat enough protein, and they don't drink enough water. And a half of that is a lot of people just don't eat breakfast and they skip breakfast, which isn't necessarily like the most horrible thing in the world, but what happens if you are skipping breakfast is you get to nighttime and you are hungry, and it kind of sets you off into this, like, for me, like an uncontrollable rage of hunger, and I make a lot of bad choices, so I don't want you to do that. Let's go back to the protein thing. So protein is one macronutrient that is definitely undervalued by most people, but 1/4 of the calories from protein will get burnt just through the digestion process, okay? So also it helps your muscles recover. It's very hard for your body to metabolize protein as fat. Water intake, your body loves to be in homeostasis. It needs to be just flushed out all the time, especially right now when a lot of people guarantee salt consumption is through the roof. It does help regulate all that stuff. So track your food, up your protein, eat breakfast. It doesn't have to be like a 3-course meal breakfast. If you're doing nothing right now, start with a banana. If that's too much, start with a half of a banana. I can tell you right now, I was born with a very weak natural appetite, and that is something I've really had to work on, because I was at a point in my life a little over a decade ago where I'd take a couple bites of bread and kind of feel like I wanted to throw up in the morning because I just was not adapted to that. So don't be like me. But yeah, we'll get through it. Make it a goal. Track your food. If you have questions about what your macro breakdown should be like, aka the percentage of carbs, fat, and protein, definitely reach out to me and I can help you set that. That's something I do for free. Members, non-members. I know gyms actually in this area that charge $500 just to look at this crap. I'll do it for free because I can tell you in about 5 seconds after I see it. So there you go. If you do have questions, if you want food recommendations, anything you want to do to get you through, that's what we're here for. So have a great day. I will see you soon. Gosh. And again, let's not put on that 14 under this quarantine.